Yo, what's up, everybody? Here is a first reaction to the 2025 Organized Play Review by Josh Massey, Senior Manager of Organized Play. You can see Josh here, and you can see Levi's name here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see Josh's cute face. Zoom out. That's perfect. Okay. So let's get to it. I have not read anything. We're just gonna do a little bit of reading together. So, hello, UniVersus players. The Organized Play team is back again with some exciting updates. We have been working hard on adjusting the future of the UniVersus OP program, and are excited to bring you many of our 2025 changes today. This does say many, not all. This article is only the beginning of these updates. We will be providing more in-depth articles as we get closer to the season. Nice. Okay. Let's hope that it's really substantial. I said before, and I say it again, and obviously he didn't have time, but the one thing that like the Creator Summit was missing months and months ago was just any idea of organized play, because we just had none. So we'll see what Josh has to say. But first, I have been saying that we are bringing you the updates because I'm not only a one-person team any longer. I am excited to say that Levi Lalonde has joined the UniVersus OP team, and I could not be more thrilled. This is not a new announcement. He has been saying, I'm part of Organized Play forever and ever and ever. It's very funny. Levi's expertise as a community member and longtime player has already brought an incredibly important perspective while making these changes, and I can't wait to see where his expertise brings us. All right, let's talk about OP 2025. To begin, let's talk about the main goal of the 2025 OP system. This year, we want to focus on simplicity. I know that hearing that might sound scary to our longtime players, but I want to assure you that we won't plan to destroy all of the amazing things that OP has been able to accomplish over the past years. I wonder what those things are. We just want to make sure that your make your path clear and provide you with every opportunity to show off how great you are at this game and how well you play your fun deck plays. Okay. Here it is. Here's a bit of a graphic. Part of the simplicity here is a separation of our two OP paths. These paths are broken down into community store level and competitive. In community store level, you'll be able to play with unreleased cards in pre-releases, earn cool promo cards in your weekly events, and show off your new decks in store scrambles. This is a new idea, right? The other two have existed. And in a competitive path, you will earn prizes and champion points for doing well in your local championships and regional championships, which both lead to the annual World Championship. Interesting. So there is no more nationals? Question mark. There just isn't a nationals. It just goes from here to here. Okay. So these are all three interconnected. You can tell by because the arrows are pointing. Let's see what they mean. Since your journey for every new set starts with a pre-release, we are going to start our conversation today with the community store level events. These events are pretty straightforward and don't have many changes from what you're already used to already. However, as we hope to see some new faces, we are going to add new content to the game that we should still explain how these work in general. Okay. Pre-releases are the starting point for each new booster set. Players, man, it's so nice. Like this little bit of hand-holding. We still should explain how these work in general. Would be so nice in the design articles. It'd be like this is such a hey, we get it, and that you know how to do it, but we still have to talk about it. It's such a nicer package. Pre-releases are the starting point for each new booster set. Players can expect to see pre-releases on a quarter-ish basis. These events will take place the week before the new booster set will release and allow you to get your hands on new content before the official release date. Participation in a pre-release will get you a pre-release player kit, which provides you with 6 packs for deck building and a promo just for showing up. Makes sense. This is all super good. These best of 1 4-round events are designed to get you to build with the new cards and just have a good time interacting with your local community around a new booster set. Interesting that they have said best of 1 4-round events. Like it is like this is the standard now, which I think is interesting. Organized Play Weekly. Weekly events are intended to be a fun, light way to engage with the game and your local communities. These events have been designed with your local community in mind and provide stores with an assortment of events to host, from learn to plays and demos to standard constructed tournaments. You may find what you are looking for at weekly events. We will also be providing stores with promos for weekly events attendees, giving you something for fun for just coming to play. I mean, this is what we already have, or what it's supposed to be, right? These learn to plays and demos don't happen nearly as often as I'm sure that the company wants. But like, just, hey, it's standard constructed tournaments. Here are your monthly promos to do. Now, does this say? Hold on. Does it say that these are weekly promos or monthly promos? Weekly events. I'm sure they might explain more. We will also be providing stores with promos. It just says providing with promos. Okay, so it probably isn't changing from the monthly promo thing that we're talking about. Next we have Scramble, which is fully. I have no idea what Scramble is. I don't know what a Scramble is. Store Scrambles are new in the 2025 cycles. These events will be taking plays of our local qualifiers and will be tuned to the community store level function. Interesting. These events are designed to give newer players a low stakes tournament experience that is more focused on learning how tournament play works. Okay. These events will have flattened pricing and reward attendance equally to performance. They will also primarily focus on the most current booster sets by featuring the Spotlight format. So bring your fun and wild Spotlight decks to earn some promos and have a good time. I don't hate this. I mean, you take the local qualifiers and you get rid of the points associated to it. And you just like focus on Spotlight. This is whatever. I like taking the points out of local qualifiers. It makes things a little less sweaty. But as somebody who is racing for points, it certainly pulls it out. So scrambles are what weeklies already are. No. Scrambles are the new local qualifiers. Local qualifiers don't exist anymore. They are called scrambles now, because you no longer are qualifying for anything. Right? You don't get extra points for it. You just have different pricing. Pricing that is based on attendance and pricing that is more based on attendance rather than performance, right? Attendance equally and performance. Yeah. So showing up is also good. Yeah, but an LQ is just a weekly, but the expectation is competitive. You have local qualifiers every week. I get 2 local qualifiers in a season. Wonder why they landed on the word scramble. I don't know. I don't like forcing Spotlight. It's not forced. Yeah, they confirmed you don't have to do Spotlight. Sure. I don't hate Spotlight for the scrambles. It's whatever. I think that the idea of Spotlight should go away, but that is a different video. Up next, we recognize that the constant change around of our competitive OP has been tiring for our community and hard to follow. To address that, we are making one more change that we expect to satisfy our competitive needs for years to come. For now, we will call this the champion point structure, because that's what matters most in this program. Before we get into that, I do want to address the elephant in the room. Many of you may have noticed something missing from this structure. This is not a mistake. We've decided to remove the national tier events this season to focus on the regionals. In the current structure, there isn't enough of a difference between the 2 types of events, and I want to be sure that we perfect our regional tier before adding more to the structure. Incredible. Yes. There was no difference between nationals and regionals. It was all about the thing about nationals is just it's a shortcut to get to worlds. Focus on making regionals more of a celebration of the game, and then you upgrade nationals later. I love this. The intent is not to limit players, but give you all of the greatest experience you can have at the regional level. Yeah. With this adjustment, we are only hosting regionals. With this adjustment to only hosting regionals, we are also adjusting the frequency of these events. We are going to move to a structure that has something big almost every month of the year. Within this structure, we will host regional events more regularly and with a greater focus on areas with larger player bases. This does not mean that we will necessarily take away from a region, but focus them in a more appropriate way. More on that to come. Love it. Okay, where was I? Look at the amount of personality in this article. That's right, champion points. Players will earn champion points at every qualifying competitive events, and those points will tie directly into the paths to the World Championship. Without spoiling the structure completely, I will tell you that every point matters, and then there will be no player cap at the World Championship. That's right, no player cap. We want people to play the game. We want you to play the game. If you play the game more, you're allowed to play the game more. Exactly how it should be. Each and every player that reaches a point threshold will qualify for Worlds. No more getting 33rd and feeling like dog shit. How awesome. Each and every player that reaches a point threshold will qualify for Worlds. That's all there is to it. You don't have to win a certain event. Doing so definitely won't hurt your chances. Be the best player in your country or a top contestant on America's Got Talent to earn your World invite. Okay? Some of you may be thinking what I mean by a point threshold, so let's dive into what that's all about. Hell yeah. Players in each region will be required to earn a set number of champion points for their World invitation, but before I confuse anyone, I need to let everyone know one thing about this World Championship. The 2025 World Championship will be a 3-day event with multiple invitation possibilities. 3-day event makes sense, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That makes sense to me. Make worlds massive, make it huge, with multiple invitation possibilities is weird. We're gonna figure it out. To expand this properly, I'm going to give some examples. Before I provide the examples, I want to state these are just examples and may not be the final numbers. I wish we had the final numbers. I wish we had the final numbers, right? Let's just give me the final numbers. Actually, wait a day, put it on the 14th. Give me the final numbers. In this example, we will say that you need 50 points to earn an invitation to Worlds. But we will also say that winning a local championship earns you 10 points and winning a regional earns you 200 points. I'm going to read it again. In this example, we will say that you need 50 points to earn an invitation to the World Championship. We will also say that winning a local championship wins you 10 points. Makes sense to me? Winning a regional earns you 200 points. This is a crazy bigger number than this. With other places below the winner earning fewer points based on final placements. This means that a player can win 5 local championship or 1 regional to get them the points that they need for the invitation. Well, this gives you 4 times the points you need by winning a regional. Some of you may be questioning why winning a regional. Okay. Hey, thanks, Josh. Josh, I appreciate you. I ask the question, I get confused by your statement, and then you instantly address it. Okay, thank you. With this being a 3-day event, we have decided to offer multiple invitation thresholds. Those that earn the 50 points from the example above will be invited to day 1. However, anyone who earns 200 or more, winning a regional in this example, will receive a 2-day invitation. What does that mean? This means that players who earn 200 or more points will not have to play on day 1, but will automatically qualify for the second day of competition. I see. Giving them more time to rest because they went on a bender the night before. As a reminder, all points are accumulated throughout the year from our local championships and regional championships and can be applied to these invitations. Okay. The final tier within our championship point structure will be those who have earned the most points throughout the season with the 2025 season. With the 2025 season, we'll be closely watching champion point leaderboards. And those who have the most points per region at the end of the cycle will earn airfare and accommodation for the World Championship weekend. Okay. And he's saying take a break so that I could react. How do I feel about this? So it's a 3-day competition. And it takes only a little bit of points to just get into the competition, right? Like we're imagining 50 is our number, right? Imagine, right? You get in, you get to play in the tournament, which is awesome, right? Like you should be able to accumulate 50 points if you are going to local championships as well as playing in some amount of regionals and like doing okay, right? And then from there you get like a VI, you get a bonus if you do well enough and you earn enough to reach that second threshold, which just says that like if day 1 is like a 6-round tournament, you don't have to play those 6 rounds. You just win them. And so you start on round 7 in start of day 2. Okay. And then your third threshold, right? The final tier is that's how you fly and you get lodging for Worlds rather than they send you. Or they like anybody comes in, like in year 1 where they just like flew everybody out and it was all willy-nilly. I think that this is a totally fair way to do it, and a way that feels very good, right? If I go and I grind my ass off and I get 1,000 points, right, and that's my cutoff for the VIP, I'm down. Even if I don't win a regional, right? I just like I go and I play as many. This is a reason for you to go and you grind other people's LCs rather than just like get your 50 points and not care. This is like I'm gonna go grind and play a bunch of games elsewhere so that UVS Games flies me out to Worlds. That's cool. Flies me out to Worlds and give me a place to be. Love it. Championships. This is your first step towards the World Championship. So this is local championships. Our store level events will focus more on final placement than any other store event. This event is designed for you to show off your skills amongst with other community members that come out on top. That being said, there is a little something for someone. Participation will earn you a champion point and a participation promo, but doing well increases the number of champion points earned and the number of placements. Doing well enough could you... Okay, sure. Doing well enough in these events could earn you in these events. Okay. This makes sense, right? Regionals. We already talked a bit about regionals above, but we will get into more details here after discussing one major change to regionals. We already talked about regionals, discussing one major change. Okay. One large adjustment that we have made to regional tier is to make it feel more grand. Regionals should be... You ready? You should stop calling them regionals and start calling them celebrations. I think you actually just get rid of this word and call it a celebration and like or even regional celebration. Currently, regionals are a tournament where competitive players gather to see who's the best. We want regionals to feel more like an event than a tournament. Yes, the plan is to host an event that gives players, competitive or not, a desire to show up and engage with a game that they love. This event will feature the regional championship tournament, but will open the doors for non-competitive player to come and hang out, play in side events, and generally engage in others who love the game. One of the ways that we can accomplish that will be the addition of prize walls to each and every regional for the 2025 cycle. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It is cool. It is just... I think that prize walls are so neat, and there are so many cool things that you can do with prize walls. I think that anytime that you are hosting a regional level event, you should put a prize wall because it like gives you agency over the pricing that you get. Prize walls will have alternate art and treatment promo cards, as well as playmats, deck boxes, and other game accessories to really improve the look of your deck on the table. Contents of prize walls will also change through the year for those that attend multiple regionals in the 2025 cycle. More details about the prize wall come later. Let's get back to discussing the tournament taking place at the regionals. Makes sense. I mean, I love all of this. I think that this is like the number one thing that I have wanted UniVersus to do. The thing that we say above everything else, like the number one selling point for our game, is the word community. And like the community should not just be the sweaty spikes like myself that are going to tournaments and just trying to tournament grind. It should truly be like a mini 3-day con that you go to that's all about UniVersus and the different IPs and the different everything. And it was so close. It was like the idea of this was like so close with like at nationals and at worlds. We've had like voice actors so you can come in and get your stuff signed. Like that's so close to what we could be doing. But making these events absolutely monstrosity, huge celebrations to even be like, hey, do you not play our card game? Come in and do this. Like it was like there's a way for you to do it all. So let's talk about it. Regionals, as stated, will be held more regularly throughout the competitive cycle. Thank goodness. And we will focus areas around with higher player activity. We will be hosting the first regional in the 2025 cycle in March 2025. This is so far away. This is so far away. This is so far away. I wish it would just start in January. I just wish it would start in January. Making sure there is always something exciting for our competitive players. These events will, like local championships, award champion points for participation and placement. The higher you place, the more points and additional awards you receive. Makes sense. The tournament itself will be pretty straightforward. All champion points earned from this tournament will be added to whatever has already been earned throughout the year, getting you closer to fully obtaining that World Championship invitation. Worlds. Now it's time to talk about the big show. We have already covered this, but I want to touch it again on clarity. World Championship Worlds will be a 3-day event with the invites for day 1 and 2 based on champion points accumulated through the year. That means that we will have many more players than ever before and many more players to meet as you sit across the table. With this being a 3-day event, we'll be changing the general format of play as follows. Day 1. Those of the Day 1 invitation will be entered into the tournament and will play through Day 1 constructed Swiss rounds. Every player who does well enough in Day 1 will qualify for Day 2. Anyone who already has a Day 2 invitation will have an assortment of side events and activities to participate in to start earning those sweet wall items. So if you just have your Day 2 invite, on Day 1, you just go grind side events? That's so sick. This way, everyone has something to do. We also plan on opening up the event as space allows for non-qualifying attendees to come and play in side events and engage with the gaming community. If the prize wall is good enough, this truly, hold on, this could be a way that you make money at the game. If people care about the game at all. If people care about these cards even a little bit, this is where it's at. This is a picture from Gen Con. This is definitely the lobby from Gen Con. Look, I actually think that I might be sitting right here. I might be sitting right here. It's either that or, oh no, they're playing retro. They're playing retro this way. You can see because this is a confronting Jeddah. This is a retro picture. They put a retro picture on here. Okay, sorry. Anyone who automatically qualified for Day 2 or make top cuts through the Day 1 grind will be entered in the Day 2 Swiss rounds. Play will continue until we reach a top cut based on the player count. These top cut players will qualify for Day 3. For those who didn't qualify in Day 2, there will be an assortment of side events played throughout Day 2, but you continue to meet new players as the World's Weekend continue. Makes sense. Day 3. Chat, I'm famous. Look at me. Look at me drinking a water. Look at me. This is actually slander against. This is a slander against my brand. I am a Dr. Pepper fan. I'm not a water fan. I would like for UVS Games to, at minimum, Photoshop in some water. Photoshop in some Dr. Pepper to think that I am not some gross water drinker. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Was that the front Gen Con? Yeah. This is Gen Con. But is that the hat I'm wearing right now? It is the hat I'm wearing right now. Captain Morgan Cardwell. Hey, I'm a Kraken man. Anyways, day 3 will focus heavily on the top cut players and will follow their game closely until someone reaches the title of world champion. In addition to making top cuts, all top cut players will automatically receive an invitation to the following world championship. That makes total sense. They will not receive any champion points from this event for the upcoming season, but will receive a day 1 invitation. That makes so much sense. You still have to go grind for your day 2/travel vouchers. But that is not all that day 3 will provide. We will also be hosting a qualifying event for the following world championship on day 3. This makes so much sense. This will award top placing players with an invitation to the following world championship. Give them a day 1 invitation. Yes, you could just go if you want to go from worlds to worlds, and that's all you're interested in. You just want to go play in the big one. Qualify for this world championship at next worlds. Go qualify for the next one. Simple. There's very little reason that it depends on how many people get their invites, right? But like, you could see half, if not more, of the players playing in the tournament go and get their invite at Worlds again, right? How cool. This event is a competitive opportunity to breathe a little easier going into the upcoming competitive cycle. In addition to the qualifier, there will be an assortment of side events and opportunities to get prizes from the prize wall. Makes total sense. Conclusion. I know that this is a lot to take in now, but we will be talking to you about these changes and events in more detail as we get closer to the 2025 season. Continue to watch our socials and websites for details. Also, you can find a video covering all of the content here. There's nothing in this video that they haven't already said, is there? It's a 26-minute video. There's no shot that I watch this video. There's no shot that I watch this video. But I will shoot all the way back up to this table. And I will do this. New window. Swoop. Do you like the 2025 OP plans? Types 1 in chat for yes, 2 for no, 3 for meh. And I'd love to have a conversation with you guys about it in chat here for a little bit. As you guys are getting your button clicks in, I'm going to talk about what I saw, right? The idea that there are going to be more regionals. The idea that there is no longer a nationals. The idea that we are focusing on regionals as a whole. The idea is that local level play, truly, like the idea of pre-releases, weeklies, scrambles, are all supposed to be chill level events, and we're not trying to grind those events, but local championships feel better, feel stronger, right? It doesn't even say that we're local, just as championships, into regionals, and it all culminates into worlds. I love the world's structure. I think the world's structure is super, super awesome. I think that this is a massive win. This is a massive win. I think where this can fall off, truthfully, I think where this can be a failure is purely in execution. I think if regionals suck, if they're not fun, just because there's more of them doesn't mean that like it's any better, right? It does not feel good, right? Regionals, if regionals suck, it is bad. Just because there's more, I want the regionals to be, I want them to be massive, huge, and I'll say the word again. I want them to be celebrations of the game, right? Regionals should be like little mini UniVersus cons that you go to and you feel amazing, and you tell your locals who didn't go, holy shit, guys, you missed out. And then Worlds should actually be a convention. Worlds should actually have voice actors. You ready? This is crazy, right? I heard this, and this is not necessarily my idea. I do not remember who the idea originated from, so please, this is not my idea, but an idea that I heard. We could have like cosplay contests at events. We have so many different IPs. let's do a cosplay contest, right? Let's do boss battles with sets that aren't out yet, right? Let's take and do gunslinging versus the gunslinging for wall points. What a sick idea. Go fight the devs with decks that they've never played, that they haven't been played before. How sick. How cool. We could do, there should be like keynotes. There's no reason that Bill Stark doesn't get up on a stage during Nash or during Worlds. Hell, there's no reason that Bill Stark doesn't get up on stage during every single regional and communicate with us in person about the cool things that are coming, right? Like there are so many other things that we can yoink and twist from other card games that could make these events feel better, feel bigger, feel more grandiose, to make it worth me spending $1,000 every month to go to every single regional that exists. There's no reason not to. There's actually just no reason not to. So all in all, if I had to click 1, 2, or 3, my answer is just an unabashed 1. I think that this is a very, very good step in the correct direction. The question is at the moment, these are all hopes and dreams. I have to see the actual product that comes out of it, and I'm excited. I believe in Josh after hanging out with him for Gen Con weekend. I believe that he can pull this off. I believe that, but I do want to see it come to fruition, because the past 3 years have been fine to bad, whereas this looks very good, the most promising OP that we have had yet. I just want it to work out. I want it to. I'm praying that it works out. With that said, thank you much for watching the video, you guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below of this video. This is cool. A giant leap even in the correct direction, in my opinion. So with that, thank you much for watching, and I wish you well.